Have you ever wondered if changing the rules of basketball has made a significant impact in the sport over time? If so, you are about to learn all the information you need to know about how the rules of basketball have changed the sport. Over the years, basketball has evolved, and there have been many new rules created and even some taken away, but they were removed or created for a reason. For example, in 1979, they added the three-point line because the game was super hard for shorter players that had trouble doing layups and dunking. The reason it was hard for shorter players to dunk or do layups was that the bigger players would not let that happen and rejected most of their shots. So, the three-point line was a way for shorter players to shoot farther away and have a better shot for them than dunking or layups. Another rule created is called the Hack-a-Shack, which was created in 1997 because of a basketball player named Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was very well known for his dunking. He was even considered a dunking machine. But the problem was he was terrible at shooting, and he only averaged 52.7% of his free throws. Many players fouled Shaq to bring him to the free throw line to stop a play the other team was making, because they knew he was most likely to miss.
One day, Shaq O'Neal was so done with this play that he decided to talk to the rule decision groups to make it a rule that you cannot do the Hack-a-Shack anymore, and even threatened to hurt the next player that tried to do it.
It became a rule that if you do the Hack-a-Shack on any player, it will be a personal foul, so players avoid doing it anymore. Another rule that was created was because of a basketball player named James Harden. He often liked to get fouled to get to the free throw line. The reason is he is a very good shooter and he averages 86% of his free throws made. So, every time a defender extended his arms horizontally, Harden attacked him, sweeping the ball or his arms through the defender's extended arms to force a foul. Many players were very mad with this technique because it caused many teams to lose games and it was very unfair. Judges, commentators, and many others associated with basketball started to notice this trick that James Harden was doing and decided to make a rule. If you put your arms through a defender's extended arms to force a foul, you won't get a foul and the game will continue without interruption. Rule changes didn't only happen in the recent past. As far back as 1891, the year basketball was created, rules needed changing. Back then, players were allowed to push, shove, and intentionally hurt the player to try and get the ball. 1 year later, in 1892, the creator of basketball, James Naismith, realized that people were getting hurt and there should be a rule that you cannot be pushed, charged into, smacked, tripped, and more. So, he added fouls, which was in other sports at the time, such as soccer. This rule made the game less violent and more fun to play. Now most sports have fouls, such as football, ice hockey, soccer, basketball, and more. In conclusion, basketball rules have changed over time, and the creation of new ones have made a very big impact in the sport. These improvements made the game more fun, better, and more fair.